Hey y'all, so before I get this video started, let me give a quick shout out. These were the first 3 comments in my last video. If you want to be featured in my next video, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell and come show me some love when I drop a new video. What's up, you guys? It's KeAmber Vaughn, aka CoachKe, coming back to you with another video. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you're not new, welcome back. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and also tap the bell so that you are notified of every new video that I post. So as you guys can tell by the title of this video, it is time to do my second paycheck to paycheck budget for the month of January. If you are new here, I actually get paid bi-weekly, and the way that I like to do my budgets now as of the new year is to basically go from the first paycheck in the month to the first paycheck in the following month. So because of that, you look here, my last paycheck of this month is actually going to be January 29th. I do count that for my January budget, so my February budget will not start until February 12th. It is okay that it starts in the middle. Nothing changes, everything stays the same, but because of that, my budget will be going for 6 whole weeks. So when I started this month off, I did do a monthly paycheck to paycheck budget. We have already done this one, so we are now on this week right here. So I estimated that I would get paid $1486.25. I did get paid for my regular job. I do have a YouTube check coming in, but it has not come in yet. So this is the first month that I'm doing it this way, because typically I used to do my paycheck budgets on a weekly basis. So from here on out, what I'm probably going to end up doing is just putting my regular paycheck here, and then I'm just going to have a column like for just my YouTube paycheck, because of course I didn't earn at least this because I haven't been paid from YouTube yet. So I'm still going to check it off because I got paid $1166.38 and I know what my YouTube paycheck is already. So before we can actually do this budget, we actually have to reconcile the budget from the previous week. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, just so you guys know, I know some of you guys have always asked like how to properly do the reconciliation that you guys see at the bottom of my paycheck to paycheck budgets. Don't worry, I recorded a video right before this one. That video will actually be out next Wednesday, so stay tuned for that one. Okay. So as far as fixed expenses, this fixed expense did come out at $99.99, so we are good there. Now let's go to the variable expenses. So in order to calculate this, we have to go to our expense tracker. And yes, you guys, these are all of my expenses for 2 whole weeks. It's not a lot at all, but I did already go ahead and do my category balances. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my calculator so we can calculate how much I spent total and how much we have left over for the last 4 weeks of the budget. So what I like to do is I like to just go down the list of the budget categories. So starting off with groceries, I still have $385.41 left. Personal household is $121.10. Miscellaneous is $122.42. Restaurants is $163.17. And I'm gonna need to like let's do this and turn off the Wi-Fi. So, okay, supplements, I still have $44.29. I'll probably be over in that category because I just realized I need some more prenatal vitamins. Business, I still have $118.17. Gas, I have the whole $150. I still have a half a tank. I don't really drive a lot. Shopping, I still have the whole $150. And then for my mom's birthday, I still have $50. Her birthday's actually not until the beginning of February. So that means that I have $1304.56 left over. If I subtract that from the $1590 that we started off the month with, that means that I spent $275.44. So this week I didn't spend a lot. I did get some food for the mukbang Mondays. Next week will be featuring my sister. We're gonna do a crab boil, so stay tuned for that. Let's see, I also returned some concealer to Ulta, went on an outing with my cousins. I actually paid for that on my credit card, and then they all like sent me Cash App or gave me cash in hand. So I basically took the amount that was total on my credit card and then I subtracted everything, and that's how much was my portion after receiving reimbursements. Mostly everything came off of my credit card except these two expenses down here, and that's because I went grocery shopping with my mom and forgot my card at home, so she paid for it, and then I Cash Apped her, and of course Cash App has to come out of your checking account. You don't want to get charged a fee. Okay, so let's go ahead and flip over, and I'm actually gonna write these numbers down real quick. So I spent $275.44, but I do take away my supplements. That's separate. $105.71. So I spent $169.73 on regular variable expenses, and then this is supplements. The only reason, if you're new here, that I separate it out is because when I think about my budget, I think about things that I might spend money on a weekly basis. I don't spend money on a weekly basis for supplements. That's typically just once a month. That's why you see that I separate it out here. So my budget every week is $476.66, as you guys can see there. That's the estimated, that's like the top amount that I will end up spending. Hopefully I don't go over, but I only spent $169.73. So that means I was under budget $306.93. Then as far as supplements go, I actually spent $105.71. And the reason is because when I went to look, one of my supplements that I buy like a monthly amount for, it went up to like, I think $40 for the bottle, but if I paid for the $60 supply, I think it was only like $65 or something. So I just ended up going ahead and getting a 60-day supply instead. So that means when I pay for my supplements again in 4 weeks, I won't have to get that particular supplement. So the total we already did was $275.44. And the way that I know that that's correct, if I take what the total was supposed to be, I was under budget by $306.93, but then I was over budget by $30.71. That gets me my $275.44. So there's different places in my budget where I'm able to kind of do checks and balances. I believe that checks and balances is very important, especially because it's so easy to put the wrong thing in the calculator or forget an expense, you know, when we're trying to reconcile our accounts and everything. So savings, all of that had already been done. I did receive 2 refunds from some Shein purchases that I made. I returned those items because they didn't fit. So because that came out of a totally different budget, one came out of, I think, November maybe, and the other one came out of December, I just went ahead and I put that money straight into my miscellaneous / investment sinking fund. There's no reason to put it back into my budgeted expense amount for this month, and you have to do that because you've already closed that budget out for those. So either you put that into your budgeted expenses, like an extra amount that you have to spend for this month, or you could just send it to savings or extra debt payments if you're still in debt. I'm not. I decided to put it in savings because I very rarely spend every single dollar that I budget for variable expenses. So it would just be extra money that I'm going to send off to savings at the end of the month anyway. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this reconciliation at the bottom, and then we will go ahead and do the actual week 2 paycheck. And, or not week 2, but paycheck 2 of the month. And I just feel like reconciliation is very important. You don't want to start off the next paycheck with money that you think that you have that you really don't. So fixed was $99.99. Variable again was $275.44. Savings was $194.39. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that math. Minus $99.99 minus $275.44 minus $194.39. This reconciliation is saying like what's supposed to be in my checking account before I get paid again, and this actually was, I believe, let me make sure it was. Okay, so of course, because this was the ending balance in our checking account for paycheck 1, that means it's going to be the beginning balance for paycheck 2. So I'm going to go ahead and put that here. All right, so again, this is the week that we are going off of, so I'm just going to go ahead and write down what I need so I don't have to come back to this page later. And then I have car insurance. That's going to be $129.66. This is due on the, I think it's the 19th. No, 21st. My old car insurance used to be due on the 19th. Okay, travel is $30. And that's due on the 24th. And that's all we got. Okay, so my income again was $1166.38. So when I start doing, starting next month, I can go ahead and project that that's going to be my check every single time. The only reason I didn't project that this time was because it used to be $1166.25. So I don't know if there's some kind of new tax code or something that made the taxes go down just a little bit so that more is in my check. I have no idea. Not my problem. So $129.66, and then we have again the travel. I have no idea who that is at my door, but because I don't know, not answering. All right, unbudgeted. And then I'll probably just do a bonus video when I do get paid from my YouTube paycheck, and I'll just do a separate video. I'll do the same, well, not necessarily the same exact thing, but I'll go ahead and write down what my income is and how I allocate it, and we'll just leave it at that. Okay, so the total is $159.66. So I'm gonna go ahead and subtract that from what my check was. So my remaining so far that I have out of this check is $1,006.72. So now let's go ahead and move on to variable expenses. We've done these two so far. So the only variable expense we have is the budget. And oh, no due date. And I'll go ahead and write in next week for my mom's present. I don't know what I'm getting her. More than likely I'll just put $50 in a card because I don't like thinking anymore. My mom, she's just not like a gift person. You show her love and attention and affection, and that's all she cares about, literally. So most of the time she'll actually try to give me the money back if I give her money, but she doesn't want for anything. She's grown. She gets what she wants during the year. Okay, so I went ahead and subtracted that. So the remaining that I have is $530.06. So let's move on into savings. And I'm going to go ahead and write out the savings funds, and then we'll see how much we're going to send to each one. Today is the 15th. We have the car. And then travel. I will have to take money out of my car sinking fund today, actually. I'm getting like my 70,000 mile warranty, 70,000 mile mechanical stuff done. Okay, so those of y'all who are new, I use my own budgeting method called the income allocation method. If you want details on that, I will, it should have went across the screen already, but in step 9 of the financial wellness program inside of my free financial empowerment community, you will see a breakdown of this. So if you want that breakdown, check that out. But essentially, I do not start allocating my income towards savings or extra debt payments if I was in debt until after I've earned enough money to pay for my fixed expenses, which my fixed expenses this month is $734.41, and that's because of it being such a long budget. So this month, my allocations are 55% to stay in my checking, and that's for variable or everyday expenses, and then 45% goes to savings. After you have already started allocating for that month's budget, you're going to allocate every single dollar after that. So you guys can see when I got paid in my first paycheck, I earned enough to cover. So I've already started allocating. So once you start allocating, you continue to do so until your next budget starts. So let's go back to the calculator. So this entire paycheck is going to be allocated because I've already earned enough for my fixed expenses. So that means that 55% or $641.50 is going to stay in my checking. And then if I subtract the $641.50, that means $524.88 is going to go to savings. Now you can kind of stop there, but I actually split up my savings into those three savings. I've been saying a lot lately. I don't know why. I'm just having brain farts. Okay, so 50% is going to go to my miscellaneous / investment sinking fund. 25% is going to go to the car. You don't have to break yours down like this. I just do. Travel. Okay, so 50%, and I'm just going to do a different color so it's easy to see. We're going to send $262.44 to miscellaneous / investment. That's half, so the remaining I'm just going to split in half, and that's going to be $131.22 to the car, $131.22 to travel. If I add those amounts up, just to double check my math, we have $524.88, and then if I add what I'm keeping in my checking account for variable expenses, that equals out to be my paycheck amount. So we are good there. All right, just come on over here, and actually, before I even do that, I'm gonna go ahead and write in my little piggy $524.88. Perfect. I've been forgetting to do that lately. I don't really know why. And all right, we're making good time. Okay, so $262.44, $131.22, $131.22. The total again is $524.88. Now what we had remaining after we subtracted the fixed expense amount as well as the maximized variable expense amount from what we actually earned was $530.06. If I subtract the $524.88, that's going to give me $5.18 remaining. And what do I do with that? Nothing. It sits in my account. I do not do anything extra after I've done allocations until the end of the month, and that is when I reconcile my account, my checking account, back down to $4,000 to start the new budget. Okay, so $45.96.56 was our beginning balance of the checking account. If we add in the $1166.38, that's gonna give look. $5,762.94. If we subtract the fixed amount of $159.66, then we have variable of $476.66, and then we have savings of $524.88. For those of you all who are wondering, I do the savings in a different color because it's not really necessarily a negative thing, even though it's being deducted from my checking account. $159.66 minus $476.66 minus $524.88. So I'm projecting to have a balance of $4,601.74 left over in my checking account. And to double check that math, if I take the beginning balance and I add or subtract whatever's remaining here, if this was negative, I would subtract, but it's positive. But if I add that 518 in, that gets me what my projected ending balance is. So that is that. So I'm gonna go ahead right after I finish shooting the video and transfer the money to my my savings account, and we're gonna leave it at that. So if you guys have any questions whatsoever, feel free to leave them down below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, but other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.